Really got to get it good and wet before you can actually use it. Quick example right here, completely dry. Let's get it wet. See, big difference. Hey guys, Bradley here with Everyday Outdoors, and today is a video I am super excited about. I love doing these videos because they're super helpful to all you guys, and that is the 5 turkey hunting basics in 5 minutes or under. About somewhere there.
Today is October the 23rd.
Bradley here with Everyday Outdoors, and today Alright, got 5 minutes, so let's get this thing kicked off. Alright, tip number 1, concealment. This is one of the most basic and important parts of turkey hunting. Turkeys can see incredibly well. It's kind of weird though, they don't have depth perception, so they see two-dimensional, which is kind of weird, but they can see really well, they can see really great detail, and they can pick up on movement really well also. And they can see, I think it's not 360, but they can see almost 360 degrees around their head without even having to move their head. So they can see incredibly well. So staying concealed, having good camo, that is going to go a long ways in having a successful turkey hunt. Alright, tip number 2, learn your gear. There is tons and tons of videos all over YouTube, all over the place, on how to call and how to use your decoys. I just made a video like a week ago about some decoy setups. Turkey is so much more complicated when it comes to actually getting the birds to come to you. Unlike deer hunting, if you're completely new to turkey hunting and you don't know anything about it, but you have been deer hunting is usually a sit and wait, find out where they're going through, they're pretty much going to do the same thing. Turkey is you are talking to that bird, you are convincing him to come to you, and that can be really simple or really complicated. So learn your gear, learn how to call, learn how to use your decoys, and that's the first step in becoming a turkey hunter. Tip number 3, stay sharp and stay still. Whenever a bird, or even if a bird is like on fire, gobbling like crazy, they can come in silently, and you don't want a bird to come in behind you where you're not set up and ready to go, because if you try to move and he sees you, he's gonna bust you. So you want to be as prepared as possible so that you can quickly, quietly, and with at least amount of movement as possible, have a huge shooting area to where you are almost positive that bird is going to come out. And there are many cases where there'll be silent toms where they'll either have been beat up on by a group of jakes or beat up on by bigger toms, and they won't gobble, they won't do anything. They'll just slip in kind of silent to check out your decoys, and you got to be prepared for that. So always be prepared, stay sharp, and the other one, stay still. Kind of goes along with concealment. If you move, those birds are going to see you pretty quick unless they're really concentrated on your decoys. So keep your movement down to the absolute bare minimum, especially if you're running gun and you don't have a blind setup. If you have a blind setup, obviously you can get away with a lot more movement. Tip number 4, know where the birds are. Obviously you can't hunt the birds if you don't know where they are. So you need to scout, know where they're roosting, because if you know where they're roosted, I mean, they say roosted ain't roasted, but a lot of times it can be. If you get it set up at that perfect time and you call to him and he sees your decoys and he flies right down into your decoys, then, I mean, that's about as easy as a turkey hunt gets. You can just drive along the road and scout, you can go in the woods and scout, either way. You need to have an idea. Now, they are definitely easier to hunt than deer in that way, because if you're on a completely new piece of property, you can hunt a turkey because he'll gobble when you call to him. So that's definitely easier from a turkey hunting standpoint, but still, you need to know where those birds are and kind of like the areas that they really like being in. Alright, the 5th and final tip is stay active, or not necessarily stay active, but be active. This is another huge contrast to deer hunting. With deer hunting, like I said earlier, you're not moving very much. Your movement is very little. Some people do stalk deer, but it's a lot harder. Whereas with turkey, sometimes entire hunts are only moving around or like fanning, where you're actually going up to that bird, holding up a decoy. Turkey hunting is much more of an active hunting process than with deer. So stay active, don't be afraid to get aggressive, get after them. Alright, those are my 5 turkey hunting basics in under 5 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed them and I hope you find them useful. If there's any other basics or tips or anything like that that I missed and you guys want to talk about, be sure to drop them in the comments below and I will be sure to get to those and answer them, and we'll just talk in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have enjoyed every day outdoors, and until next time, God bless.